Franklin, Finola, Randall and Eric stood together. Their four bodies barely fit on a small patch of grassy land that stood out like a zit in the middle of the ocean. The wavering amber light had dumped them here, growing smaller and smaller in a matter of minutes, finally snapping shut with a popping sound that made them jump. Roughly 12 feet by 12 feet, the island. Actually, it wasn't even big enough to qualify as an island, looked dismally small in comparison to the vast expanse of water around it. Its unwilling transplants stood, too stunned to speak for a moment that ended soon enough. "Why did we leave?" Randall yelled as he turned to face Franklin, not caring at the moment that they had been transported to this strange place. That was becoming an everyday occurrence lately. He advanced toward Franklin, forcing the younger man to the island's edge. Water sloshed onto Franklin's shoes, his feet sliding down a narrow strip of pebble-strewn sand before he recovered and leaned back inward to face the red-haired man in front of him. "You heard what he said," Franklin yelled back. "Ollie said that Sarah had to die to finish this whole thing. They want to sacrifice her to get rid of Brackus. I am not about to let that happen to her. I knew something wasn't right today. They were so secretive, trying to get us to move apart, not telling us what they were really up to." "You felt it too, didn't you?" he asked with his hands raised, shoulders shrugged as he gestured questioningly to his three companions, trying to convince himself as well as them that he had done the right thing. "I heard," Randall answered. "But I don't think they were going to kill her. Maybe he meant something else, but now we'll never know, will we? You don't really think they would give her up to Brackus, do you? If so, you were less loyal than I gave you credit for. We only have that rambling warning sent to you by this Thomas. Are you sure he knew what he was talking about?" He paused to stare at Franklin expectantly. Franklin's complexion paled at this comment and he wasn't able to maintain eye contact, gaze straying to the ground at his feet. "You're right," he murmured softly, his eyes raised to reveal a bewildered expression. "What was I thinking? It's just that Thomas sounded so convincing. He was so sure that they were going to do something to Sarah. It was Thomas, I am sure of it. Wasn't it, Finola? I just don't understand what this all means." The consequence of his hasty action suddenly hit him. Franklin felt sick to his stomach. Thomas' message had been so erratic. Maybe they hadn't gotten it all right. Maybe he had lost the battle with Brackus and had given in to the evil side he had mentioned. No, it couldn't be possible. He had been in a lot of pain. Maybe he wasn't thinking straight. There had to be some kind of logical explanation for this. We should have stayed and listened to what they had to say. As it is, we have no clue what we are supposed to do next. Alice is missing and so are Sarah and her circle mates. Now we are told that we are supposed to find 2 more people, not 1, to complete our circle. I never felt that at all. Did you, Eric? No, I didn't, but Ollie said it too, so I'm guessing it must be right. There was something strange going on. I mean, I find it kinda hard to believe that you two would turn on the keepers like that, leaving before Ollie could finish his sentence. I thought you knew them really well. Eric was forced to sit down suddenly as the heat from the sun began to affect his sensitive skin. Without Alice's shields to protect him, he was quite vulnerable to its damaging rays. He didn't feel so well right now. Hot, humid weather dinky little island exposed as it was to the full heat of the day, and nothing but miles and miles of endless blue ocean equaled torture for his pale skin. He hadn't been outside his cave long enough to build up an immunity to the outside elements. Finola, seeing his distress, let out a startled cry as she fell to her knee beside the pale boy. Raising her arms, she summoned a small palm tree, which took up even more of the already limited land mass on which they stood, and they were forced to crowd around it to stay away from the water. Touching his face, she soothed the sunburn and looked anxiously up at Franklin. "Why did we leave anyway? I know what I felt when we were in the room with Ollie and Ford. For some reason I didn't trust them. I was reading something negative into everything they did. Now I wish we had stayed because I'm not really sure what happened. Not sure why Thomas said what he did. He couldn't have meant it. Maybe we misunderstood him." She shook her head as she recalled his urgent message. After he spoke, I was looking into the eyes of men that I would have trusted my life with and fearing they would kill me.